RPG.
Love it. Very John Woo action.
Yeah. I would have wished you would have checked that corner.
Right.
Always make sure that that corner is your most immediate threat.
This very specific kind of scenario, it's not inconceivable they would have some sort of mock-up that they would have ran through rehearsals dozens of times before actually going into the actual situation.
Absolutely. Hey, my name's Cameron Fath. I served at the 2nd Ranger Battalion out of Fort Lewis, Washington, and I became a Ranger because I wanted to be the absolute best.
Hey, my name is Israel Wright. I served as a Special Forces Green Beret, and I chose the Green Berets because I wanted to have more fun than the Rangers.
Подтвердила правила игры.
Да, самое главное захватить ядерное оружие.
Oh, look at his eyes.
Oh, nice.
Colored contact.
Scars are cool.
Scars are just free tattoos.
Man, this guy is not obeying the laws of travel. Well, these guys are obviously on their way somewhere. Yeah.
Russia.
Don't understand Russian.
No
okay.
Russian.
I wish I did a little bit of language training in the military, but they made me learn Korean.
Солдаты, помнишь, что ты сказал?
Damn,
no,
he's not.
geez, man.
Okay, he's not even looking at the road.
We're after a nuclear weapon, is that, I think?
Да.
Duh.
That's all I
That's
get.
all I know in Russian. Looks like
Ядерный
we're arming
чемодан,
something.
энергию. Все готовы? Давай,
Yeah,
давай.
it looks like they're going into some embassy or something.
Whoa!
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Yikes.
buddy, nice hood ornament.
Vehicle-to-vehicle combat.
Пошли быстрее.
Let's see, where are we trying to infiltrate here?
Covering,
Yeah. So that
moving together as a squad.
yeah, so that AK platform is actually internally suppressed, so that's pretty handy.
We got what? It looks like a 3-man team. They must have worked together in the past.
Yeah, they're splitting the road, that's cool. Just running. And they don't look very heavily armed at this point. This
Right.
looks like they're just trying to get in and out as fast as possible.
Right.
And the most thing they have is plate carriers with some, internally suppressed AK. I don't know exactly what they're trying to accomplish here.
Real light. Yeah, going in real light. Couple grenades. Moving together, finding concealment, which is good. I like that.
The NPCs are moving really good, cover to cover. Obviously, this guy's just laying down in the middle of the road, which wouldn't be the most preferred technique. But as far as his little comrades here, they're doing pretty well. I mean, they're
Nice
definitely
comrade.
paying attention to detail.
These guys look more official. Looks like they might be kind of maybe doing a counter-strike against a terrorist unit or something like that. They're going down somewhere.
I would just recommend, if you're moving that fast, at least slow it down and have your weapon up, because at this point, you don't know what the hell.
Right.
And there was just a lot of explosions going around.
Yeah.
Kind of use that as an early warning.
Never had to deal with any like exploding cars or anything like that.
Is a car suitable to take cover behind?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get behind the engine block.
Yeah, if that's
Typically.
There's cover and there's concealment. Concealment keeps you out of sight, but cover provides stopping power for bullets.
A lot of the times, even when you're in a vehicle, say you would take contact from inside a vehicle, obviously shooting through glass, you can, but sometimes it can throw off the trajectory of the round through the glass. A lot of time, especially if you're taking contact from the front and you can stay in that vehicle engaged through the glass because you have that entire engine block in front of you. It would make no sense to get out of that vehicle now, unless you're taking real heavy contact, but just like pop shots, you can shoot through that glass, kick it out, and stay behind there. You're still covered behind an entire engine block. Getting out of the car, it's also, you have to be cognizant of where you're taking contact from and where you want to stand behind that car, because bullets go through sheet metal, especially foreign cars. They're just put together.
Fiberglass.
Not every part stops bullets on a vehicle, and it's important to know. It almost looks like he's cutting the power to the gate because he just pushes it up, he pushes it open, and it might be electronically locked, so he might be just cutting power to it.
Going into a situation like this, these guys obviously know the building, they know where they're going. This is not an area that you control. I can see conceivably you bringing in some sort of cutting tool to cut that power to the gate so you can push it open.
You're bringing some sort of breaching equipment with you, whether it be bolt cutters or any type of like a hoolie tool or a sledgehammer, something that can break a lock.
Yeah, something that would be specific to the mission that you are doing. So you're not gonna bring you're not gonna bring every tool, you're just gonna bring the 1 or 2 tools that you know you're absolutely gonna need.
Absolutely, and an operation at this level is gonna have some type of rehearsal and planning for it.
Right.
So I don't think these guys, especially seemingly how they rehearse this and how they're moving through it, like they know exactly where they're going. They're not like looking around and reading signs. They know exactly where they're going, therefore they know the layout of this building. They've rehearsed where they're going and what they're gonna do. So at this point, it's just executing.
This very specific kind of scenario, it's not inconceivable they would have some sort of mock-up that they would have ran through rehearsals dozens of times before actually going into the actual situation.
Absolutely. They probably had, somebody in here giving them the blueprints, telling them where the security cameras are. Obviously, they knew there was a gate and how to cut the power to it. So this is all information collected through, people either, physical gathering of reconnaissance assets or just electronic or just using standard blueprints or maps.
You're always going to gather a lot of intel before you do something like this, and you're going to have briefings, you're going to do rehearsals and stuff, so it's not, you don't ever want to go in blind.
Absolutely.
You never will.
There's a lot going on.
I love it. I love the sprinkler system. I love the environment, the environmental interactions, things blowing up, cars getting blown up. And
I would love if there's a little bit more detail, because when water gets on an optic, it definitely widens. So aiming through that, you would see the water droplets in the optic, and it would sometimes, especially if it's on the back lens, you could see kind of interference for your red dot through that. That would be pretty cool to see, especially on that optic where it's just a single plane, a single focal plane and just a piece of glass there.
Like the good reloading on the fly, getting ready for the next encounter.
So always keep a hot one in the chamber, and if you don't have all 30 rounds, get it going.
Yeah, don't wait.
A lot of times, you'll see how guys have their kits set up, and depending on, some people like to reload from left to right. Some people
holding on the door, getting ready to breach. Yeah,
there we go.
Taking it in.
Nice.
Get out of the doorway. Get out of that fatal funnel.
I would have wished you would have checked that corner, because homeboy just came in and pointed.
Right.
Always make sure that corner is your most immediate threat. So if you're going in, either pie that thing off, deliberately fight from cover, but check that corner, because there could be a guy there, and that's your immediate threat.
Going up.
There's no really good way to clear a stairwell. There's no perfect way. You just kind of have to do it with security. Let's see what's going on. Smash his head in. Fire extinguisher or the wall.
We got a fair amount of hand-to-hand style training, a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsus, a lot of joint locks, a lot of submission type moves, things that you could do with kit on, because a lot of times you're encumbered by the plates and the ammo and all that kind of stuff you got strapped onto yourself. So not a lot of really intricate stuff, but things you could definitely do to joint locks to subdue somebody, things like that. Nothing fancy, real down and dirty and direct. Yeah. You don't want a prolonged fist fight.
No, absolutely. Especially things like people that run with big knives on their kits, we try to sway away from that, just because everything that's on your person can be used as a weapon against you.
Right.
So if you have a giant, have a giant buck knife or something that could be grabbed that you be stabbed with, you want to avoid that. So it's good to have that thought process when you're setting up your kit.
I love the moving smooth through the objective. It's possible to shoot and move at the same time. It's not ideal, but these guys are obviously experts. These comrades know what they're doing.
Exactly. Shoot, move, communicate.
I could never work in an office.
Never.
Too violent. The fleur-de-lis decorations, and the orange combination, I'm not really a fan of. Oh, sorry, wrong video.
Wrong expert.
Decorations experts.
See, and this is why you always check your corners. Perfect example, a guy was around that building and pie that corner or check it out. And there could be, and you should treat every corner as if there's someone in there first.
You learn to check that stuff real quick and keep moving. Check those corners.
Check the corners.
Check those corners.
Check the corner.
Nobody touched nothing.
The cool thing about obviously seeing a doorway, a lot of people don't really try to think about what's on the other side. But if a door, it's almost common sense, but a lot of people overlook it, because that is a corner fed room. So I can really safely assume that the far left corner, there's nobody in there because the door swings that way. So I'm gonna go right if that doorway is on the left. The hard part is the center fed room, because you don't know, there could be, especially the doorways in the middle of the wall, that room can be split by a wall, but on a corner fed room, almost every single time, that's going to be a pretty open up on the opposite side of that door.
You learn to read the architecture, if you're coming up onto a door, if it opens up, if there's wall on either side, that's a center fed room. If it's a corner fed room, it opens up into the corner of a room, so you know which way to go is determined partially by where that door is placed in that room.
And then every time you go up to a breach, you're conducting a breacher's assessment. So I'm looking at that door. How am I gonna, first off, is the door locked? Am I gonna need to breach that door? Am I just gonna need to kick it open? Which door? How does this door open? Does it swing towards me? Can I see the hinges? Can I not see the hinges? If I can't see the hinges, it's probably swinging away. So I can't. If I see the hinges, I'm not gonna kick that door because I'm gonna break my knee because it's not gonna. It opens towards me. So those are all things to consider.
Good count. Good count.
Exactly.
Good communication between teammates. You'll have a series of hand signals that will be practiced in your SOP, so you can communicate with each other on the fly, very quickly, very simply.
Once you work with your team enough and you develop those SOPs, they just become nature and you just do them.
Yep.
Like, especially, nobody needs to say a word. You just know. Once you see that hand and arm signal, it's just game on.
Woo! I love the destruction of the environment.
Millions of dollars.
Appetite for destruction. I love that.
And that's why you shoot them till they stop breathing, because they
That's
get back
right.
up. No, don't just shoot them once. Don't
Shoot-
just do the two
shoot
in the head, one
seven,
in the chest. 7, 8, 9.
8, 9, 10.
Dump a mag into them.
Go for it. Ooh, I like it. What is that?
It's a bullpup weapon system. It's like the FN 2000, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. It's definitely a foreign weapon, but it does have an EOTech on it. I know that. Definitely things to consider when, you know, if you're shooting obstacles around you, will they shard in your face? The material they're used. I mean, if I'm shooting wood, I know bullets can go through wood, so don't hide behind that, but also consider if you're hiding behind wood, pick your cover and concealment wisely, especially if you're standing behind drywall. That won't stop bullets, right? If you're standing behind concrete with rebar, that can shard off, and you know those shards could probably pick up enough velocity to, you know, maim you or definitely cause some sort of flesh wound. So you just have to be very cognizant of, you know, what you're standing behind.
Right, you know what you're shooting at, and then also what's behind what you're shooting at. So exciting.
It's a lot of kicking stuff.
Everything in.
It just seems like everybody has a gas mask in this place. I don't know. Okay, stab him, dude.
Dude,
Stab him.
what are you doing?
Standing around. Help your buddy.
Don't leave him there. Oh, I guess they took his mask. They took
the
a gas
mask off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. I wonder what kind of gas they're using, because I mean, you have like nerve gas and you have tear gas. So
Yeah.
different types of gas affect the body differently, and it's
My favorite day of basic training, the crowd control gas
gas chamber.
mask training, gas chamber.
The gas
Yeah, they put you in there, a bunch of guys in a room. You got your mask on. It's really to teach you to trust your equipment. And then they release some of that CS gas, and you can feel it kind of burning. You know, that
if you
exposed
freshly
skin.
shaved that day, your pores will start to burn, and you're like, all right.
And then they get you up there and they get you in the front row, and you got to take that thing off, man. You just got to let that thing hit you. You can't breathe in that situation. You can't take a full breath. You're coughing, all your mucus is coming out of every pore in every hole, and it is miserable. You do not want to be anywhere near any kind of crowd control gas or anything like that.
If you went in having a cold, you're gonna be cleared out by the end of that
Totally
gas chamber.
clear.
Подожди, мы проводим подозрительный огонь.
Taking off. All right, let's see. Let's just grab your buddy when he's not behind cover. That's fantastic.
I swear I
You're
will not
not.
kill anyone.
Not backing the boys in blue. See, so standing behind doors like that, probably not the most preferred method of cover, just because I personally shot doors and rounds ripped straight through doors. Shotgun, not the most preferred distance weapon. Great breaching tool. Yeah, when it comes to ballistic breaching, like
Right.
those Magnum rounds are great. They can knock a locking mechanism straight off the hinge and allow you to
Right.
go in there. But as far as like an actual fight here, not the most preferred weapon. The H&K G36. It's very popular in Germany. The Germans, they all were rocking those.
Out on the streets now. Continue to move together. Oh gosh. Oh golly.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh dear.
Oh, they have homeowners insurance.
I love the stamina. Further into a fun fight. Further into a gunfight you are.
Fun fight, gunfight, same.
Your adrenaline's pumping, you know. Oh, RPG.
Oh, RPG.
Love it. That's very.
Damn.
Oh, I love it. Very John Woo action jump right there. Rocket propelled grenades, RPGs. They're all over the place. It just
They're loud.
Loud. They're not very accurate. They guess they don't need to be in some cases.
Oh,
no.
there we go. And that.
Oh.
Oh, he's not gonna make it.
Oh man, right in the chest. Not
Yeah.
a whole lot you can do. I don't think that you would remove that.
No,
I want to try to remove.
Yeah,
oh, he's.
Well, the
he's
thing
done.
about like the effects of, you know, RPGs and and frag grenades. You have a 5-meter kill radius, which obviously that pressure from the explosive is going to do internal damage, but you also have to consider the frag from that. I mean, you're hitting a bus made
fragmentation,
of fragmentation, and
glass and everything coming out.
Yeah, and that can go all the way up to 15 meters. That has killing velocity. So that's what happens to that poor patriot there.
Yeah, our comrade, fallen comrade.
Now we're moving.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Just keep it moving.
Something exploding right next to you. If you've ever been close to any kind of explosion, I mean, like, it's blinding. It can be deafening. There's you get that beautiful ringing in the ears that we're all familiar with now with action movies today.
You feel like you're gonna your pants.
You feel the concussive blast. It can be very damaging. I mean, damage to internal organs, to eardrums, things like that, depending on how close you are. Gotta get to the train on time. Where are they going?
How did we get here? Everybody owns a ski mask in Russia.
and a scarf. Those wonderful scarves.
The shamag and a ski mask is general issue.
Take that, comrade. Oh, yes, fighting dirty. I guess you could say he caught that train on time.
Boom, nice one. Yeah, that was solid. End of mission. Big old
Moab. Nuclear explosion.
You know, there actually used to be a battle drill, how to react to nuclear explosion.
What?
Yeah, apparently you just lay down and just like lay towards head facing the explosion. You just, remember when planking was big? Battle drill.
Battle planking?
Nuke, plank towards the nuke.
Say your prayers, that would be my procedure.
I know. Or just, clear out a fridge like good old Indiana Jones.
Yeah, get into a fridge. We all know that works.
Exactly.
Yep.
You ruined that movie.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's a great game. A lot of details, a lot of fast-paced moving.
Yeah, good moving and shooting together. Lots of fun. Tragic end. But,
but I could say they had a blast.
If you want to see more videos like that, go to Gamology's Facebook and YouTube pages. All
right, and action.
Hey, my name's Cameron Fath. I was a ranger at 2nd Ranger Battalion. Let me redo that. How do I, let's see. I served in the 2nd Ranger Battalion. Okay.
Great. All right, perfect. Cool. Want to take cuts?